A young and aspirational India is constantly on the lookout for more stable and rewarding investment opportunities. Manish, a budding entrepreneur from Bengaluru with his own textile business, exemplifies that spirit. Embarking early on his investment journey, Manish's story shows why financial growth requires patience and long term thinking.
It all started when I started my own company when I was 25. The first advice that came from my dad was to invest, to save, so that I could have a backup fund. Because in business, there are adversities, and during those times, this fund would come in really handy. Of course, I had to save the money that I was making. I couldn't spend all of that. You do business to make money, to save money. My sister runs a wealth management company, and she advised me to invest in SIPs through mutual funds.
On the latest episode of Your Money Stories, presented by UTI Mutual Fund, we meet Manish to discover the method behind his investment success.
I started off with 20,000 a month. I know how the magic of compounding works when it comes to SIPs. I've read about it, and I've read how good the returns have been. It's fetched some really incredible returns to a lot of investors. So I went out with that mindset. So what I would do is I would keep a constant check on the stocks, and it was very time consuming. You invest what you make. So I thought it would make sense for me to concentrate more on my business and let the experts do their job. Mutual funds is the safest option, and it's easier to mitigate the risks. By investing, I've diversified my portfolio into small cap, mid cap, large cap. Sometimes the stocks from small caps are doing well, sometimes stocks from large caps are doing well. Diversification of mutual funds for different people might mean different objectives. For me, it's been really simple. There are quite a lot of options if you want to venture out into investing in mutual funds. You can start small, you can start with 1,000 rupees to whatever amount you want to invest.
Manish set the right tone with an expert managed and diverse investment portfolio. But we wanted to know more about how he keeps his growth on track and what he would do differently if he had a chance. You are amongst the younger generation individuals who remain consistent in your investment journey. Do your friends and colleagues come to you for advice now when it comes to matters of money? And what advice do you give?
We do have discussions regarding the investments that each one of us are doing. I tell them to take the advice from an expert, because I know as much as they know. Advice is to just stay invested for a longer time and to not make the mistake of liquidating the fund. At least have a goal in your mind of investing for 5 years or 10 years.
What would you change or do differently if you had to restart your investment journey?
If I could go back in time and change something, that would be, I started investing when I was 25. If I could do this when I was 21, then I would have 5 years of extra savings, and that money would have compounded to a bigger amount by now. So yes, the earlier it is, the better it is.
What advice would you give to professionals starting their first job?
So if it's your first job, I'm sure you'd have big responsibilities, taking care of the house and other expenses. But make sure, even if it's a small amount, just start saving. Make this a habit. In future, your salary goes higher, your savings also are proportionate to that. You start investing more, you start saving more, which is good for you. How people have got good returns when they've stayed invested for 10 to 15 years or 20 years. They've got some crazy returns. So that's my plan too, and I think I'm on the right path. I don't know how much I'm gonna make, but I'm gonna multiply my money, that's for sure.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme related documents carefully.